Hi, my name is Aaron Williams, and I've been told that, to do a presentation like this, you're supposed to kind of tell a story. So I'm going to walk you through a storyboard of Sam, our SRE hero, and he's getting ready for his big meeting with the CIO. And hopefully you all read this in your mind as, in a world where. Okay. And now, as we all know, it just seems like every company now is an AI company. They're switching from something and now doing AI. But for the environment, this really isn't very good. GPUs actually use more energy than x86. And DCs, they're really just sucking all the power from people. We're having to make decisions between data centers and housing and in many places. And so, meanwhile, back at the data center, we have our hero here, and he's getting ready for his big presentation. And he's trying to think of a better solution that he can give to the CIO to help them with all of these problems. We need more, as the CIO says, it's tough times ahead, Sam. We need improvements. We have no new budget to spend, but we need more compute. We can't use more energy, and we can't build a bigger data center. And plus, of course, our CEO wants to move us from being a database company to an AI company. And he's like, yeah, I kind of figured that. And it's, as this conversation goes on, the CIO is kind of asking questions around, so what are we going to do? Well, the big thing that we need to do is we need to switch architectures. We need to move from this x86, this legacy x86, to a new cloud native Ampere ARM64 servers. And so here's an example that he has. He's built up for his for this presentation, and as he starts to talk through it, he goes, "Hey, look, why don't we look at my laptop where I have a lot more detail." And this is what's on his laptop. His assumptions are down here. These are kind of best case scenarios for everybody. But if you really look at this, with Intel you have like 41 servers that are needed, but it's only 18 for ARM64 servers. And so this is where it starts really adding up, because those 18 servers only use 705 watts. Where, in the Intel servers, for each one, they use more energy and you need more of them. And this is performance per watt. And then now you got to remember that we only have a 14 kilowatt budget for each rack. And so thus, it's about one rack for the ARM64 servers, and this is called performance per rack for obvious reasons. And so CIO, now what about AI and GPUs? Those are expensive and tough to get. And Sam replies very simply, yes, those are both expensive to buy, expensive to operate, and really tough to get. But I do have some really good news for you. So AI is made up of training and inference, if you didn't realize that. The training part that's the heavy part. That's where you need the floating point numbers, the GPUs. The day-to-day work, that's called an inference. And the good part is that takes up 85%. And so, but you still have to worry about the applications running because this is a different architecture. Well, by now, just about everything works, and it works well. You might need to do a little bit of tweaks here and there, but basically it does work. And so now the question becomes, how do we switch? The CIO is really interested, but he has more questions. What about all our current things? And the thing is, it's just, this is the cloud. Just take small things, test them out. The CIO here agrees. Sam, you're my best employee. But we all know nothing is quite easy as this. And so he wakes up from his little dream. And thus the end of the story. So what I would like you guys to take away from this is that there are really real problems out there, and you guys probably all know this, that affect data centers. Global warming, infrastructure. We're battling between green energy. The more we do of that, that's great. But also moving on to a green architecture will make life a lot better. And as you know, the C-suite really values SRE's opinion and their input into this. So really make that in there. And to get started, here's a number of places you can go. Just about every major public cloud has some type of ARM64 servers out there. So if not, or the other thing you can do is go out, join a community, go see what's going on. And here's just a little bit more information.